Hello and welcome to today's webinar focused on Bran+Luebbe Pump Care Services. My name is John Kramer, so thank you for joining us today as we discuss the SPX Flow Pump Solution Pump Care Program. Just a little about myself. I'm the service engineering specialist supporting Bran+Luebbe products and solutions in Germany and around the world, and will be your technical host for this webinar. It is my goal to help you to learn more about the pump care program and how it can play a role in making servicing your Bran+Luebbe pumps more effective and efficient. So this is a 30 minutes presentation with around 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A directly from you, our audience. Just a few housekeeping notes before we get started. So as an audience member, you will not have audio or video capability. So please use the Q&A feature to submit any questions throughout the presentation, and I will answer as many as I can at the end. So if we don't have time to answer all of them, my team's contact information will be provided during the last 10 or 5 minutes or so of this session. So let's get started with the discussion of the Bran+Luebbe Pump Care Program. Yeah, let me give you a quick overview of what we are going to cover today. So we will start with a quick intro to SPX Flow and Pump Solutions, so who we are and what we stand for. Then we will dive into the services we are offering, from field service to in-house repairs, machining, painting, testing, and more. We will also take a look at where you can find us globally. And finally, we will compare different service options and talk about when it makes sense to bring the machine in for service and what benefit that brings. So what the goal for today, I would like to show you how we can keep your equipment running at its best, so with a little downtime as possible. But first, let me tell you a little about SPX Flow. We are the leading provider of highly engineered equipment and process solutions, including more than 14 brands, 106,000 manufactured products, and spanning numerous industries. So this is possible due to our around 3,900 fantastic employees in more than 24 different countries. I also like to show you some key highlights here. So our team is committed to sustainable solutions that positively impact our communities. We have frequently shared our impact report, which you are welcome to view, that details some of our accomplishments. So in fact, roughly 50% of our 464 patents encompass sustainable and clean technologies. So my team will put the hyperlink in your chat. So let's start with the pump care service overview and our service capabilities. Our field service team is here to support you wherever you are, actually, and they know your Bran+Luebbe system inside and out. Yeah. So we start with things like commissioning, where we make sure that everything is installed correctly and set up properly, so you get the full performance from the first day. Yeah. So on the other hand, we have things like troubleshooting. So in case something is wrong, so we will go inside and find the root cause and fix it on site whenever possible. We also offer things like hands-on training right at your facility. We will show your team how to operate, monitor, or maintain the equipment in the best way. Behind that, we handle regular pump head services or even minor gearbox repairs directly on site, helping to minimize downtimes and keep things moving. When it comes to diagnostic, our tastes are equipped with the Novalink Smart 2, what is our diagnostic system. So we can run on-site diagnostic and give you a clear status of the pump's health, actually. And just one more thing, yes, we offer free health checks. So that is something that many customers really like to see. We will come by your site and take a full look at your equipment, actually free of charge. So we are offering the service at many different areas, and we inspect the pump, the system. We check the operation conditions. We will review the aware part as far as accessible, and check the performance data by using the Novalink Smart diagnostic system. Then we provide you, end of this, we will provide you with a clear summary of the pump's conditions and pointing out the next steps based on maintenance or required spares or whatever is required to keep you one step ahead to avoid unexpected breakdowns right? So, and again, it's free. So all you need to do is reach out to your nearest service location, ask if they are participating at this program, and just make an appointment for it. Now let's talk about what we can do at our service centers, because some things just make more sense offsite, actually. So in our in-house services or service centers, we go more or less all in. So we have full access on specialized tools. We have experienced technicians, of course, same as in the field. And we have everything we need to bring the pump back to best performance. That starts with regular maintenance, pump overhaul, so like replacement of wear parts, roller bearing seals. A step further and much more common actually are the rebuilds. So we completely overhaul the gearbox and pump head, and this is where your pump gets a second life, let's say it this way. We completely disassemble the unit, everything, the components taken apart and carefully cleaned, inspected and measured. So we check tolerances. We're looking for signs of stress. Actually, we try to identify anything that could cause problems down the line. Of course, we are going to replace them all of the worn parts by original spares, and going from there. We're also taking care of the surface, so we are completely cleaning the unit. We can go for wood blasting and coating to get it back in shape and to make sure that it's prepared for the next working period. On top of that, the units are going to run a performance test, because we want to be sure that they are running 100% as designed. In case you need any modifications, so that's also no problem. We can install different sub-assemblies if required, like different kind of stroke adjusters or alternate pump heads or upgrade kits, all tailored actually to your process needs. So just let us know. And in case some parts are too worn or too difficult to replace, we can also go for mechanical rework, what includes like remachining of pump heads, especially resurfacing pump head covers damaged to abrasion, or even reworking of check valves from larger pump size. So if it's small service job or actually a complete overhaul, with our in-house service team, we are able to cover both and get the equipment back in shape for the next years of operation. Just to show you this a little better, I guess sometimes pictures really do say more than words. So here's a quick look at what our in-house service team delivers in the practice. So what you see here are real examples of machines that came in damaged or worn out and left our shop fully refreshed, ready to go for the next years of operation, right? So on the left, you can see a Pentax mixer as example, after a full overhaul, cleaned, reworked, coated, completely refreshed. So below that, we have a small vertical pump unit. So same story, fully inspected, remachined when needed. So with fresh parts and back to spec. So, and maybe I will show you with a pointer. So this one here is maybe my favorite. It's a 3H4 pump that arrived with nothing more than a worn-out frame and some minor parts or fully worn-out parts at the gears. Basically, not much more than a skeleton, right? So, and we rebuilt it from the ground up, installed brand new pump heads, a new electric motor, and we just bring it back to life so you can see how it looks here on the right-hand side. On the upper right corner, we have one of the larger process machines that underwent a major overhaul. So both gearbox and pump heads were completely reworked. So all wear parts were replaced and critical surface were remachined. So we get it back to best performance. So, and this is something we do on a daily basis, right? Yeah, so let's take a moment to talk about something that doesn't always get the spotlight it should be. So, but it plays a huge role in fast and reliable service. So that's our warehouse network. Actually, our main warehouse is located in Norderstedt, Germany. and it's the central hub for our global service operations. So it's not just a part shelf, it's more like a modern logistics center. In Northstar alone, we manage over 4,000 stock locations with more than 9,000 regular stocked items and around 2,000 non-regular stock components. So even rare or older parts are often ready to go, what really helps from the service perspective. So this translates in more than 250,000 stock movements per year, which actually show you just how everything happens behind the scenes here. So, but we are not working from Germany alone. We also operate additional warehouses in the USA and India and China to support you in the different region with faster access to spares. So these warehouses are actually connected to different plants, and they have their own stock, also some kind of stock for the B&L pumps to support directly within your region. As already mentioned a few slides back, we have one of the big advantages of our service center here in Norderstedt, that we don't have to rely on outside suppliers for every part. Yes, so because we have got our own CNC machining capacity over here right on site, with state-of-the-art CNC machine centers. So we are able to manufacture parts in-house very quickly and fully aligned with our quality standards. So that helps to shorten the lead times, make us more flexible, and end of the day helps us to have a quick turnaround. We use our CNC centers or traditional machining machines to produce in-house spare parts, whether for current products or even for older machines that are no longer in serious production. So again, even if your pump is 20 or maybe 30 years old, so the chances are still high that we can support it, right? We also handle the rework of worn or damaged parts, like steel diaphragm pump heads, or other single parts where the seating surfaces are just worn out or out of tolerance. Same goes for hard-use components that would otherwise be scrapped. So we check if we can rework and reuse it safely, what really helps to save time and cost at the end of the day. So it's giving us pretty good support in order to decrease the lead time doing repairs and increasing flexibility. An important part of our in-house service offerings is also the ability to apply professional coatings. So wherever the machine has gone through a full overhaul or just needed protection or whatever, we will come up with a proper surface coating. So it's actually always part of the process. We offer standard raw colors, but we can also apply special coatings to meet specific technical environmental requirements. So for example, like ATEX or NOSOC standards. So this is also something where we can support with. Before coating, some components will also go through good blasting in order to have them very well cleaned and prepared to ensure the coating protection is as best as possible. So after a full overhaul, we don't just send the pump back and keep our fingers crossed that everything is working well. So now we are going to test it, right? So at our different service locations, we are operating different test benches that are built to handle our different types and sizes of pumps. So basically, each diaphragm pump is tested against its theoretical performance curve, so we can verify that it performs exactly as expected, right? So means we check its dynamic performance under real operation condition, like including flow, pressure, temperature. We are also offering hydrostatic pressure tests for pump heads to verify that they are not leaking somewhere, and it's to verify its mechanical integrity. The test run is also giving us the opportunity to connect our Novalink diagnostics system, what helps us to monitor the entire process in real time and to collect further performance data. Finally, we document all the results in some kind of a testing protocol, which you will receive with the machine that gives you some kind of transparency, and you have something on hand after the repair. So by the time your pump leaves the workshop, it's not just repaired, so it's verified, documented, and fully ready for operation. Let's take a quick look into our repair shop in Norderstedt, just to give you a rough idea on how our service areas are structured. So this is a dedicated service area that is designed specifically for pump overhauls and mechanical repairs, with the required space and tools to handle repairs properly. We have, as an example, a heavy-duty cleaning machine on site, essentially to prepare pumps for inspection. We have an overhead crane helping us to lift and handle heavy parts and equipment safely. The entire shop is organized according to 5S principles. So that means that we have clean, structured, and efficient workstations, what is supporting with quality and speed. So this ensures we are not searching for tools or parts, so everything has its place, and we can really focus on your equipment. So furthermore, we can handle up to 4 service orders at the same time, what is giving us additional capacity to react quickly, even when multiple urgent jobs come in at once. So in short, I guess our service centers are very well equipped and well organized to support with fast and very high standard. Here you see a world map showing our global service footprint. So the location marked with BNL are representing our dedicated service centers with full capabilities for repair, overhaul, testing, and technical support. Around these, you will have some additional SPX flow locations as part of our larger global organization. So across Europe, North America, Asia, and India. So these sites provide regional support while coordinating field service teams and handle spare part logistics. So each of them is working very closely with our main service hubs to ensure fast and reliable services. And even in the regions where no SPX flow site is shown here on the map, you're still covered, because that's exactly where our network of otherwise service partners comes in. So these partners are carefully selected, trained, and certified, and they extend our service reach across the globe while maintaining the same high standards, right? So actually, no matter where your pump is installed, so we can offer a proper solution to keep the equipment in a good shape and running. All right, so let's move on with the service options and the comparison of its benefits. If we go back to the field service and in-house repairs and just take a moment to compare them, so we can see quite quickly where the differences are, right? So the field service is fast, it's flexible and practical. It's ideal for routine maintenance, troubleshooting, or smaller repairs, something typically performed once a year, right, to keep everything running smoothly. The in-house service, on the other hand, is more intensive, comprehensive. So here the machines are fully disassembled, cleaned, inspected, rebuilt, so often with upgrades or remachining. We have the performance test included. So it's kind of a deep maintenance that simply can't be done on site in the same way. But it's not about choosing one over the other, right? So in fact, the best result comes with combining both approaches here. So a good rule of thumb from my perspective is field service annually to ensure stable performance and to catch issues quite early. And then we have the more complex in-house overhaul that should be done every 5 to at least 10 years, pretty much depending on the operation hours and its condition. So this way your equipment gets the ongoing care it needs, plus the long-term refresh that helps to keep it running reliable for decades actually. When does it make sense to send the machine in for a full factory repair? I guess one common case is after a long period of inactivity. So just if a machine has been sitting unused for years, so there's a good chance that seats, bearings, or some working surfaces are just not in the perfect shape, even if nothing looks worn from the outside, right? So another key indicator here is bearing life. So, and according to API 675, the roller bearings should be replaced after about 5 years of operation. So again, that really depends on are you going to run it on a 24/7 or just a few hours a day, but just as a rule of thumb here. So if this interval is exceeded, there is a high risk of damage to the gearbox due to failure of one of the bearings. And a factory overhaul is actually the safest way to reset the clock here, right? So of course, if you notice things like unusual heat development, vibrations, or of course, if you have serious gearbox damage, then it makes sense to send the equipment in. Another trigger is the mechanical modification, like changes to the stroke adjuster or upgrades. And also for pump heads with steel diaphragm, a proper overhaul is critical because it should include remachining and testing. So it's also something that is better to handle in-house compared to on-site. So finally, if your machine is no longer meeting the current technical standards or safety standards, regulations, or ATEX requirements, whatever, it's the easiest way to get it back to shape and into compliance while sending it in, and to just check it and rework it from the ground. So let's talk about speed, because downtime is quite expensive. I guess all of you are aware about this, and we know that many of you don't have spare machines just standing by. So in many cases, sending a unit in for full factory repair just isn't an option, as it seems to be too slow or too complex or simply not possible due to the production schedule or whatever is preventing you from sending the unit in. And that's exactly why we offer the Repairs on the Fast Line initiative, designed specifically for time-critical situations. We run this with a fixed price or on budget-priced offers, so there are actually no surprises end of the day or end of the repair. And with a careful planning here, we can actually reduce the lead time to below 14 days, which should definitely help to make it possible to get it within your yearly schedule to find a spot where the machine can undergo a full overhaul. Yeah, here's how it works. The spare parts will be predefined and produced in advance. Sub-assemblies or machine parts, whatever, will be pre-assembled as far as possible to save time. Also everything is scheduled. So once the unit arrives, the team can start immediately with the repair. So this setup even allows us to carry out complex overhauls that would normally require much longer. So just because the preparation is already done carefully. Okay, so when we carry out factory overhauls, we also look at things like technical compliance and documentation. So that means reviewing whether the machine still meets relevant CE regulations and aligns with the machinery directive. If needed, we implement upgrades to bring the equipment up to the current technical and safety standards. For machines operating in ATEX environments, for example, we check for conformity and carry out necessary modifications if needed. So a documented inspection of the electrical motor, just as one example, is part of this process here. So you are not just getting a repaired machine, so you're getting one that is actually up to date and also comes with a solid kind of documentation. What's the benefit of sending your pump in for an in-house repair? Just to wrap this up, I guess it's clear we have a higher service level when we compare to regular maintenance. We have the comprehensive service, end of the day ensures an extended operational lifetime. We have the performance test, what really shows us that the equipment is running as required and as designed. We have a minimized risk afterwards for unexpected downtime. We have a pretty good cost to service ratio based on the fact that there are no travel costs or whatever comes with an on-site service job. The service and repair is also available for products which are no longer sold as a new product, so there are no direct replacements. Again, they are quite cost effective due to the fact that we can recondition components or valves or even pump heads or whatever is required. So that's helping us compared to just replacing them. We have also pretty often faster lead times, what goes hand in hand with the reconditioning of parts. So we can keep most of the critical parts like casted items or larger components like pump head covers and similar things, which have a pretty long lead time. So this helps us to keep the turnaround time as low as possible. Last but not least, we have the warranty coverage. So we have 6 months for the service itself and 12 months for the parts. So this ends today's presentation, and I will now begin our questions asked session. So just a quick note, after we complete the webinar, all participants will receive a copy of this presentation and the ability to ask me a question privately. I encourage you to ask me questions either here or you are going to contact me privately, however you prefer. Please give me a moment while I'll pull up your questions. All right, welcome back to the question and answer session of this webinar. We already have a few questions in the chat, so I will start straight away. So the first question is, hello, if I wish a pump from your company, what can I do? So thanks for this. Of course, there's several ways to reach us. First thing I like to offer here is that my contact details are already shared here, so do not hesitate to contact me directly for any questions like that, or if you wish support on new products or repairs. So additional to that, we have the contact formula on our homepage, what can also be used. However, so if you just send me an email or give me a call on that request, so I will connect you with the correct department within your region on the way forward. The next question is, does SPX have any plan on expanding to Africa, particularly for equipment rebuild and overhaul? We are currently expanding our authorized service partner network. So it's a large increase of numbers and locations we are covering here. Africa is currently not scheduled as far as I'm aware about. We have otherwise repair partners in the Middle East, around Europe, in the US, as well as in Australia or in Singapore, so in Asia Pacific. So there are several possibilities to send the equipment in. Same is valid for Africa, so we also can handle repairs from there by exporting the goods to Europe or to the Middle East, whatever makes more sense from there. What is... Yeah, so same question is going into the same direction with regards to Saudi Arabia. So in within Saudi Arabia, we already have one otherwise service partner over there. So I will share the contact details after the webinar to answer this question directly, so that you make contact for this region. So again, we have several otherwise service partners around the world in different locations to cover your needs here. All right. Yeah, so next question is for service. Do you send your own service, SPX service engineer, or your local agent person in the region? So thanks for this great question. It depends. Of course, we have different service locations also from SPX directly or from our otherwise service partners. So in general, I would like to highlight that there's no different in service quality at all. It really depends on is this area directly covered? Does it make sense to go out of Germany or from the US or wherever, or is it shorter and more efficient for you, our customers, to go out from our local service partners, which are maybe directly within your region? So that makes the service at all just more efficient, I guess. So there's no difference in the service itself. So therefore, we will always try to offer the best solution here for you. Yeah, so next question is what spares are most critical to keep in stock for emergency support? So this really depends. So thank you for this question. So this is hard to answer, I guess. It really depends on the type of pump you are using. So we have different equipment in the field, from plunger pumps up to diaphragm pumps. So the spares or even the critical spares can vary from the different types of equipment. So this is nothing you can answer in general. Critical parts can easily be highlighted via the wear part list, also within the IOM. But we can also follow up on this question later. You just need to send in more equipment details like the serial and job number of the equipment. So my team or myself can look into that and recommend a set of spares that you should keep on hand in order to have a short reaction time in case of downtime. All right. All right. Next question is, what exactly is covered during the free on-site health check? Yeah, great question. So thanks for this. The free health check is, again, is one of our initiatives, to highlight potential, potential lack of service, or to evaluate the condition of the pump itself. The free health check itself is a visual inspection of the unit, so it's not required to stop the operation of the pump. We are going to measure the temperature of the pump to see if there's any abnormal vibration or something like this, if you have any leakages around the pump, or if you have any other signs of wear that can be determined this way. Furthermore, we are always trying to attach our Novalink system to the pump to see how the performance data is, as well as to see from there if we can see that the refill function, for example, or the suction and discharge valves are working well. So things like this will be done during the free health check. All right. Next question is, how can customers differentiate between genius and non-genius spares? Yes, great question. So, of course, all spares that are ordered from our side, as well as from our service partners, will be OEM parts. So there's no risk if you order this way. If you order from different distributors, which are not part of our authorized service network, or any kind of direct partner of SPX, we cannot guarantee that this will be a proper OEM part. So therefore, we always ask you to reach out to your local service or sales partner in order to get the proper parts for your equipment. All right. I just try to pull up the next one. There's just an add-on on the question I already answered. So the first question, so it wasn't the wish to order a pump from our company, is so if I wish a job from your company. So that's always a great request. So this goes into the same direction. Feel free to contact me directly. So you always, I will just connect you to our job portal we have also on our homepage, so you can look into this. All right, next question is, what are the early signs that indicate a pump needs overhaul or reconditioning? Well, this goes pretty much hand in hand with the free health check. You can see that the pump itself, if you look to the bearing side, then you will see that vibrations will increase, things like this. The pump is getting is developing more heat. If you look more to the pump head side, you will see a lack of performance. So the accuracy is going down due to the fact that the valves are just worn out and things like that. So also, if you have the possibility to stop the production and you have a closer look to things like the piston, like the piston area and where the seals are, that you can see, okay, that's already heavy scratches or heavy wear marks on it and things like this. Beside of that, I would like to highlight that's always the easiest and best way to have a predictive maintenance, so that you say, okay, we are going for an annual inspection of the equipment in order to just be one step ahead and not just waiting that it's already heavily shaking, let's say this way, the gearbox is already moving up and down, so then it could be very late and maybe you're very close to a catastrophic fail. Also, it's not like that you can always see all of the warning signs here. So some things are not going to create heavy noise or whatever in advance. So therefore it's always good to inspect the equipment regularly in order to prevent unexpected downtime here. All right. Next question is, do you offer trainings or handovers for our technician after a major repair? Yes. So absolutely. If it comes to a complete rebuild, so a larger overhaul of the equipment, we can always send our technicians with the equipment for recommissioning. or reinstallation, and by doing so, we also offer the possibility to hand the equipment over, so to train to train your technicians again on maintenance on the equipment and how to use it in the best way. So service goes hand in hand here. So there's no difference between in-house service and on-site service. So both is connected to each other to offer the maximum of service performance here. All right. Just let me check what we have still in the chat. Yeah, next question is, can you do replacement pumps for other pump companies like Lever or Milton Roy? So basically, this question is highlighting on the dimensions. So great question, thanks. Of course, we do offer replacement pumps for our for other competitors. So that's no issue at all. It really the pump dimension depends on what is needed. So it's not a general yes that it will be exactly from the same dimension. So the design is based on function, quality, and reliability, and not on the dimension of our competition. So therefore, there can be a difference. But on the other hand, the benefit is here definitely the high quality engineered equipment you can get by replacing pumps from other OEMs. So it definitely makes sense. So please do not hesitate to drop a direct request to me, and we can check what kind of equipment would fit into or as a replacement, and how would the difference look from the footprint or from the connection side to the existing pipework. I guess this is where the question is highlighted to. So definitely there are different options, and we would find a way to offer a proper replacement here. Yeah, so I guess we are coming very close to the end. I will just try to squeeze in one more question. So what are some common installation operational mistakes that can lead to early pump failure in the field? There are several things that are that could run wrong. So therefore, we always highlight that new equipment should go hand in hand with our commissioning service to ensure that the equipment is installed properly and can do the perfect performance from its first day. So absolutely, this is something I really like to highlight, that the commissioning should always do by trained and otherwise service personnel in order to receive the best performance out of the pump from day one. All right. So I'm going to close the webinar at this point. We are running out of time. So I really like to thank you for all the great questions, as well as for participating in this webinar. We will go through all remaining questions after this. We will reach out and to answer all of the open things that are still in the chat. If anything pops up in your head later on, feel free to reach out to me directly. All right. Thank you so much, and bye for now.